Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we do have a legend. Absolute insane guest. We have Carl from the moon. Carl, very good to have you back. It's been a while and I see that you are in Dubai. Very nice view you got there. So what's going on? What's happening with Carl?
Hey, yeah, I'm so happy to be back on the channel. I love your channel and I love our collaborations. It's beautiful. And yeah, I'm in Dubai. That's where I am. It's warm here, and I'm just loving the Bitcoin price action. And I'm excited to show you guys what I'm seeing in the charts because we do have some very interesting things going on right now.
So Bitcoin smashed completely 50k. Now it's like 51 or something. I don't even know. It pumped so much. Last time I saw it was 50.5. Now I'm sure it's even higher. Let's go straight into the charts. Let's jump in. Let's look at the targets and yeah, let's discuss the future of Bitcoin.
Yeah, so the thing is that, I mean, okay, first of all, $50,000, it's such a psychological huge level that many people may be expected to get a pullback from there. But right now it looks like Bitcoin is definitely breaking this level, which is a huge step for Bitcoin because 50,000, like all of these big numbers, like 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, they are all psychological barriers, and breaking them are usually a very good sign. And usually we see a big pop when we do. And right now,
and it was hard to break it. Sorry to interrupt, but it wasn't that easy. I mean, we did touch it 2 times, yeah. I think, and now on the 3rd time we finally broke it.
True, we did see 2 big attempts. Like here, you can see we saw the first attempt was right there, and then we saw a second attempt, even you can say a 3rd attempt, and now we're finally breaking out. And the reason why we consolidated a little bit here was because of this rising wedge. So everyone who's a subscriber of my channel, you guys know that we've been talking about this rising wedge and the fact that obviously this is going to break out in the immediate short term. And right now, exactly as predicted, the Bitcoin price is breaking to the upside.
To the nanocent, to the microcent predicted. I love it.
Exactly. Obviously, rising wedges are bearish patterns, so they can also, of course, break down. But if you're trading Bitcoin, then you don't really have to know if it's going to go up or down. The only thing you have to do is you have to know that when we break resistance or support, you have to react and you have to put in your trade at that point. So we don't predict the future. We simply wait and see, and then we react when the future happens, you can say. So right now, we are breaking this resistance level, and that is obviously a bullish signal. And let me show you the target that you can take out from the chart. First of all, this is what you can do. You can take this, if you treat this as a rising wedge, and then you pull it up to the point of the breakout, and this gives us a target of $55,200. And if this plays out as expected, then this should happen within the next 24 or 48 hours. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed, and sometimes we see it pop up and then we reverse back down, and we see this. Like, this can happen. So it's not guaranteed to meet the target, but technically, according to technical analysis, this is what we could expect. Just like back here, we had another falling wedge here, which is the opposite of a rising wedge. And on my channel, I showed everyone here that if we break to the upside, then we will see this happen. And this time we were lucky because this time, after the breakout, we actually met the target exactly to the exact nano, perfectly. So that was beautiful. Right. And this happens sometimes.
But so would you wait right now for it to come back, maybe retest it? Or how would you, I mean, what kind of risk analysis do you do here? Because it could come back, just retouch it again and confirm the breakout. So what kind of school of thought do you follow? Would you open trade now at the breakout or wait for confirmation?
So in my opinion, I think that, yes, exactly. You have 2 different ways to do this. Either you put in the trade at the $50,000 level. That's my entry. That is like that was my trade signal. Now, yes, you can indeed sometimes wait for a retest where we see a price comes back down, retests this $50,000 level, which is a very important level, and that's when you could potentially put in a trade and then go long. In my opinion, like personally, I tend to do breakout trading in the way where I just trade the actual breakout, and then but sometimes I do wait for retests. But Usually that's maybe more for adding to a already existing position, or maybe if I missed a position somewhere and I'm interested in getting in. So it all depends on what would you like, what would you like yourself. But in my opinion, I think that trading breakouts is perfectly fine. What you want to do is you want to just make sure that there's volume. And if you go into the price here on the 1 hour chart, we can see that there is some volume coming in here, confirming that we are getting a breakout. Now, to be honest, I would have loved to see more volume. I mean, breaking $50,000.
Yeah.
I would love to see kind of something like this, maybe a little bit more volume, if I'm going to be honest here. So that could be a sign that we are actually maybe going to see this throwback, as you call it. It's a throwback where we come back down and then hopefully we pump back up. But sometimes throwbacks, they can also lead to a reversal like this. And in that case, we have to pay attention, of course. But yeah, volume is always key. And you can say this, like, the bigger the volume at the point of the breakout, the more confident I am in us reaching the target. Right now we have volume, but we don't have that massive amount of volume. So I'm not 100% confident that we're going to meet the target, but you can also take profits halfway if you want. You don't have to take profits at the exact target all the time.
What do you think? What do you think about the massive, absolutely colossal bearish signal yesterday? And guys, today is the last day to sign up for our completely free webinar, how to go full-time crypto. Because believe it or not, your bags may be pumping right now, but we will see a dump. We will see a bear market sooner or later. And what do you do then? You need to go full-time crypto, because that's the only way to truly be in crypto. It's like investing in internet stocks in the 90s versus working with the internet in the 90s. Who do you think is more successful right now? People who FOMO'd into the stocks in the 90s, or people who built companies in the 90s for internet? People who even worked in the internet space. You had so much opportunity at that time. The same is right now in crypto, but way bigger. So you have to go full-time as soon as possible. Use the link below, sign up. This is the last chance. Why? Because we are having this today. This is on 17th of February, which is today, 5 p.m. UTC, which is in a few hours already. So guys, use the link below, sign up fast. See you there. Smash the like, by the way. You like this video, you like Carl? Smash it. See you guys. Let's continue with Carl. What do you think about the massive, absolutely colossal bearish signal yesterday when Peter Schiff became bullish on 100k Bitcoin?
I know. Yeah.
It's bearish, man.
It is bearish. I actually talked about that on my channel today as well, that now that Peter Schiff says that 100k seems to be possible, I mean, I don't know. That made me so sad in a way, because this really, it just is a clear sign that the bears are turning bullish. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're buying, but they are forced to realize that it seems like they are wrong. And we're getting very close to Peter Schiff coming out and saying, I was wrong, and like, I'm buying Bitcoin. And I said this on Twitter as well, that if Peter Schiff comes out and says that he's buying Bitcoin, then I'm the first one to sell. I'm going to sell at least 5-10% of my Bitcoin on that day.
But you know, probably they have a strategy that his son, he loads up Bitcoin because he loves Bitcoin. What is his name? I don't even remember. But his son, he loves Bitcoin, you know? So Peter is bearish until his son has completed the accumulation. Yeah. When they loaded the bags, they both become bullish. Maybe that's the strategy, who knows? But it's super funny that he's now saying, hey, 100k and then maybe 0. Because he's still a bit bearish, but he said, hey, 100k very possible. But let's talk about that. So will we go, you think, to 100k in the immediate short term in April, May, March? Or how do you view the cycle in terms of a bit macro? Now that we've taken care of micro, let's talk macro.
Yeah. So the thing is that, in my opinion, if you look at the chart, we've been going absolutely mind-blowingly parabolic ever since the Corona dump. Look at the Corona dump here at 3.2 thousand approximately, or 3.5. Look at this. This is absolutely mind-blowing. And the only big correction we got was this one, of approximately 32%. And the other corrections here were also very small. It was like 20%. So usually the market tends to punish the majority of people and punish the weak hands. And we haven't really seen that just yet. Going to the previous bull markets, you can see that we usually see 40% corrections. And like I said, we only got a 30% correction here. So what I think is that I think it's not going to happen in the way, I don't think we're going to go to 100,000 without a big correction. I think that the top could be somewhere along the lines of 55K or 60K, 65K, something like this. Then I do believe that we will see a huge correction. And I think that this correction has to be something like at least 60%, at least. Could be more than that. But let's play with the idea that we go up to 60,000, 65,000. Just, I'm only pulling this number out of nothing now, but I'm just kind of playing with the idea. Let's say we go up to 65,000 and then we see a 60% correction. Then in that case, Bitcoin would come back down towards approximately $25,000, $26,000. And this is well within the realms of possibilities here. And obviously now 25,000 seems like a doomsday prediction. Is like, oh, Bitcoin is dying. But come on, we were there just like a few months ago. So it's not too bad. I mean, the fact that we broke about 20K is already mind-blowing. But I think that we are definitely going to see a big correction before $100,000. If we don't see it, then that would be absolutely insane.
Yeah, but at what point do we stop thinking like that? Because I do understand that this is how Bitcoin is behaving. It's 60% down, 50. It's not impossible. But at some point, it's not like we're talking about gold, you know. Gold, before it moons to 5K, it will drop 60%, you know. We're not speaking about other assets in that way, you know. That, hey, S&P 500, I think it will crash 70%, then it will moon. So at what point do you think we stop treating a Bitcoin like this, you know, pump a lot and then dump a lot and then pump even more? At some point, it has to be large enough to stop behaving like that. So when do you think it will happen? This cycle or next cycle? When will that happen?
So the question is, when is the volatility going to go down, right?
Right.
I believe that, I mean, so the obvious answer is when there's more money in it, because we all know that gold is less volatile because you have more value locked into gold. And I think that Bitcoin is still small. Like Bitcoin is still very, very small. It's below $1 trillion. So the volatility will be there. There's a lot of speculation. It's a new, fantastic, interesting asset. So everyone is jumping in. And the fact that many people are buying without knowing what Bitcoin is also gives it the more volatility, because if you buy gold, you have this 5,000 year track record. You know it's going to store value. You know it's money in a way. Like, you know that this is going to be here for thousands of years more. When you buy Bitcoin, obviously you and me, Ivan, we know what it is, so we don't sell. But there are many people that jump in right now, like people that are just jumping in because their friend bought or their colleague bought. These people, they don't understand Bitcoin. They don't know what Bitcoin is. They're buying just because it's going up in value. And these people, they are emotional. They will sell and buy based on emotion. So as soon as we see small correction, they will just dump. And that's why we see so much volatility, because it's a new asset. People don't understand it yet. And it's also small. So that's why we see it's like a double whammy. It's small and people don't understand it. So we see this. It's going to continue for at least another 5-10 years, I think. But eventually the volatility of Bitcoin will be less than that of gold, because I believe that Bitcoin is going to be much, much bigger than gold, because Bitcoin is a better gold than gold. Bitcoin is a better form of money than gold.
But, you know, now we have an interesting situation where exchanges are losing a bunch of Bitcoin, and also whales lose a bunch of Bitcoin. It all goes into institutions. There is a lot. If you look at on-chain, exchanges it's insane how much outflow we see. So it's good, of course, for the price because there is less supply. At the same time, I think it could add a lot to volatility as well. I mean, when order books are thin, and trading happens where? On exchanges. So you have an outflow of Bitcoin. That's good for the price, but also it might increase volatility. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. I mean, the less Bitcoin that are liquid out there in the market, the more volatile Bitcoin could go. Yeah, because of what you said. It's like most people are just holding it. So you want to make sure that the order books are full with Bitcoin. So good point. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, it's a very good point. And the more people withdraw from exchanges and just put in a ledger, yeah, I guess the volatility could go up. And it's, I mean, predominantly to the upside, of course, because
Yeah, exactly.
of course, because people are holding, so you don't have enough Bitcoin out there for people to sell. So supply and demand, and the demand is definitely higher than the supply, because the supply or the available supply is shrinking when people are holding. Because I think you're just like me. I mean, we're holding Bitcoin, we're not selling, we're just holding it, right? So it doesn't matter. Like, even if Bitcoin is now at 51,000, like, even if someone comes and says, I'll buy it for 52,000, like, I couldn't care less. I'm just gonna hold my Bitcoin. So yeah, I think it's a good point, and we're seeing more and more hodlers jumping in. So it's very, very hard to take Bitcoin from hodlers, because we understand Bitcoin, we know it's here for the future, and it's a revolution. It's basically a vote against the banking system. So it's not only about making money here, it's also about voting out the bad. It's like a revolution. So it's not so much about making money for me. It's more about being part of the future in a way where we can all, in a decentralized way, become our own banks and be the banks of the future. It's very, very cool.
How much retail do you think we have now? Do you think that because we need to look at the cycle, that's the most important thing. Although we have good predictions for the future, one thing that is, I mean, Peter Schiff is one of my alerts, but another alert that I have a bit as well is that, man, it's so much retail now. It's a lot. Everyone now piling into Bitcoin, altcoins. It's a lot of retail. How do you view that?
Yeah, I know. I've been getting messages from people asking me, "Hey, Carl, are you buying Bitcoin now?" Actually, it's funny. I worked in a grocery store a few years ago, just like an average grocery store in Sweden. And I was telling everyone to buy Bitcoin. Come on, it's going to change the world. And very few of them did. But funny thing, my old boss, who didn't speak with me for like 3 years, ever since I told him to buy Bitcoin every day, he sent me a message just 3-4 days ago. He just said this: "Carl, congratulations, you were right."
Funny. Yeah, so, I have the same thing. People writing from like middle school. You know, I got Facebook like 2009, and I connected with someone on Facebook in 2009. Now they write, "Hey Ivan, what about Bitcoin? Like, what do you think about XRP? Should I FOMO into Cardano?" It's crazy. So that's one of the things that is a bit of a warning sign as well. I mean, if we already discussed some bearishness, you know, Peter Schiff, one warning sign. Another one is all the retail FOMO right now. And you know, people don't. That's also why, you know, I'm a bit I'm a bit more careful now when it comes to discussing the opportunities in alts, especially in smaller alts, because, man, so many reckless new people who are here and they think, hey, this industry is supposed to moon, you know, it is guaranteed to moon when they enter. So do you see that as well? Like, how do you view the mentality of the newcomers?
Yeah, so I spoke with a friend just a couple of days ago who he has been in this space for quite some time, but he took a few Bitcoin and he went over to Binance and he just randomly bought like every single DeFi coin on Binance. And I don't know, when I hear these things, I get cautious as well. And I also get a little bit like afraid, because I know that that's a clear sign of a bubble when people are buying completely randomly like this. Most people that buy coins right now, they have no clue what they're buying. People that are buying like DeFi tokens, they have no idea what it is. And yeah, you can make money in the short term. You can double your money. You can even 5x your money. But hey, we've been here before. Like you and me, Ivan, we've been here through other bull cycles. And we know that whatever goes up usually also comes down. Even if the fundamentals are great, like you're still going to see this 90% correction, at least probably. We saw that in the last bull market. There were a few coins and tokens that were solid projects, like they went up like maybe 50x, and then they did see this like 95, even 97% down. And people think that this is never going to happen again. But I mean, these things, they repeat. And I'm just trying to be a little bit cautious, because like you said, the retail is coming in for sure. We're getting so many messages now, I think. And you see Lindsay Lohan tweeting about Bitcoin.
Tron. No, Bitcoin. Which it's Tron.
Tron? I think, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's even worse.
Yeah, so guys, I mean, please be careful. It's all perfect now. It's all mooning. But, you know, I just see Carl also sees just a lot of people who are here and they think that, hey, this is the industry that has been blessed by God. It will moon forever. It will never dump. Guys, look, be careful. Manage your own funds, protect capital. Final words from Carl. Anything to add?
I think that no, I just want to give a big congratulations to all of you guys out there on Ivan's channel and also, of course, on my channel who have been accumulating throughout the bear market, because we are the true winners. Because remember, the most amount of money is made when prices go down, not when prices are going up, in my opinion, because the people that have been accumulating Bitcoin below $10,000, these are the people that are truly making gains right now. Obviously, if you buy Bitcoin at 40,000, it goes up to 60,000, fine, you're getting some gains in the short term. But also, of course, you have this big risk of a big correction. So a big warning to everyone jumping into the space right now, corrections are coming. Nothing goes up forever. And a big congratulations to everyone who has been holding and accumulating throughout the bear market. Good job. You guys are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and keep holding Bitcoin for the next 10, 20 years. It will absolutely be the best investment you ever did in your life.
Good. On that note, Carl, thanks a lot, guys. Go check out Carl in the description. Go support him. Amazing guy. Amazing technical analysis to the nanosecond. The predictions.
Exactly. That's predicted.
Exactly. Okay, Carl. Goodbye, guys. Have a good day and goodbye as well.